Hello everyone and welcome back to more Seduce Me to the Demon War. We are back again, still in Sam's route. We're just getting to the meatier chunks of it because in the last episode, let's try to recall some of the facts. Let's see. Okay, so what happened in that morning was when Hannah woke up and she thought, something was wrong, and it turns out that Sero had decided to join us in bed and held us captive because, him and Diana were part of the plans of testing Sam in regards to the Smaug sounding dude, dragon. We figured out that it was a dragon all along, but we'll get to that later. But anyway, so Diana and Sarah were, in our bedroom early in the morning, Sarah holding us hostage and kind of cloaking us, while Diana was going to disguise herself as us in hopes of tricking Sam. But Sam obviously saw through it because he's sharp like that. So Diana's plan to try to seduce Sam in our form and looking at like us failed, and it was part of the test. So Sam saw through it. Sam decided to beat the shit out of Diana, and it went on for a while. And Hannah was just kind of freaking out over the fact, be like, oh shit, like Sam is really getting really pissed at her and kind of beating the shit out of her. And she was like, oh, but I know this isn't me, but like I can't help it because Diana looks like me right now and it's just kind of scary. So Sarah eventually stepped in, and then we kind of the illusion was gone, and then Sam found us, obviously because we were in the same room anyways, because Sarah was cloaking us to hide our presence. So we calmed Sam down, and then we told Sam that it was all part of like a test that the higher being was telling Diana and Sarah to do. So that happened. We explained it to him. He was like, what the fuck? And we were like, I don't know what's going on, and we don't know either. So we left the day for training, and then what else happened? Oh yeah, so we left the day for training. We encountered Sergeant, and then Sergeant put us to the test by getting his right hand man to like do a surprise attack on us. And then we were like, we punched him in the plate in the chest, but he was wearing not only plated armor, but he had like fucking a six-pack. He's like the Man of Steel with his pecs and shit. So we fucked up our hand pretty badly trying to punch him. So we healed, like Sergeant healed our hand, and then it kind of went through step by step of what went wrong and why we couldn't beat him up. And so there's another trick to the whole harnessing rage energy, which is that when Hannah goes into rage mode with the whole vision thing, she can look, if she looks hard enough, she'll see little specks of glowing points where it's like that's the weak points of her enemies. So that's what she discovered in that training session, and she was able to correctly do it. So she managed to disable the Danthilier was his name, disable his warhammer, and then managed to beat him up by using that new technique. So that happened. We trained for the rest of the day. Sergeant and Diana, there's some tension going on between them, and every single time they've encountered each other, we don't know exactly what it is, but I already have an idea. We already have an idea what it is. So what else happened after the training session? We went back to our room, I feel. Then we had a conversation with Smaug, talking about the trials and shit, and he revealed to us that we're going to be tested as well, and our test was going to be taking place tomorrow or some shit, or soon time. So that's happened. And then Sam walked in. He's in his demon form after training so hard, so he lost his glamour spell. And then he was able to hear the voice as well, and that's when he revealed that, or when Hannah asked what it was that he thinks it is, he revealed the fact that it's a dragon. So we were right. We were like 100% right as soon as we heard the voice anyway, so whatever. So Hannah is shocked by the fact that dragons actually exist in the abyssal planes, and Sam was just like laughing about it because he was like, what? And so afterwards, Sam was gonna change back to his human form, but then we got some naughty thoughts and we decided to be like, hey, let's do something freaky tonight. So we ended up having sex with him in his demon form. We rode him like a little bicycle. So oh shit, handlebars, cannot unsee it, god damn it. Anyway, so that happened, and then the very next day we were energized. Sam was energized. Dana came in and she was like, yep, so your test is going to take place tonight, and I can't tell you anything about it. When we tried to ask, but she's like, no, I can't do it. So that happened. We went off to train for the good portions of the day. The good portions of the day. So we went to go see Sergeant again. He was doing some next like traditional like inducement of the rites of passage to becoming a hunter or a warrior or a guardian or some shit like that as part of being a brute demon. And so so he offered us to do it as well, but then we're like self-doubting ourselves and we're like no, but then I was like yes. So I made Hannah do it because I ain't bitching out. So we basically swallowed some next liquid shit. We tripped balls. We were sent to a dimension. Well, we were just having hallucinations that we were in another kind of world, and then the demon lord showed up, and then our task was to beat the shit out of him, and to overcome our like rage or anger or some shit of or fear of the demon lord. So we ended up beating the image of the demon lord. We beat him up pretty badly, to the point where we kind of slipped out of that hallucination. We were transported back to the training grounds, and then it turns out we passed, which was great, except we fainted soon afterwards, and Dana came in and she was like, holy shit, what the fuck did you do to her? And because she was speaking out about how Sergeant's way of training us is like really wrong, and that it was dangerous for us because apparently we were like on the brink of death when we came back because it put a lot of mental stress on us. And then so more tensions flying, and then we get to see a bit of Dana's darker half making her appearance, and that kind of led us to kind of questioning Diana, like what the hell was wrong with her, like what was that kind of thing. And then of course Sergeant was just kind of like yeah, whatever, I'm fine and shit. So we went back to our room that same night, and then Sam greeted us there. And then he was like, yeah, you ready for this test? And we're like, oh shit, yeah, this test, right. So we went to the war meeting room, and this is where we found Diana, and she had a whole bunch of shit on the table, like all these flowers and plants and shit, and we're just like, what the fuck is all this? So yeah, we're gonna find out whether it has something to do with the demon marriage ritual that I thought it might be related to, or maybe it's a completely different thing that has to do with the whole trials and test shit that we're gonna go through soon. So yeah, so let's find out. This is where we are. Let's find out what this whole thing is about.
Hush, this is for her.
This is for me? Okay, so it maybe just be the trial thing. Okay. Sam instantly shut his mouth as I looked to Sam in confusion. He knew what this was. I turned to Dana completely lost. Tell me, what's up? What is this?
Dear, do you know what I've prepared here?
Nope, I have no fucking clue. Would you mind telling me? I stared at the table, unsure how to discern it. A couple of ideas came to my mind, but I didn't want to be wrong if this was part of the test. Sam knew what it was too, given the strong reaction from him. So maybe it's the whole demon marriage ritual thing. It seems to allude to that. I'd be really surprised if it isn't. Could it have been right? Don't even answer a demon marriage ritual. I'ma say it. I'ma say what's on my mind, and you can say that I'm wrong or anything like that. I don't really mind. So yeah, that was it. It had to have been it. Why else would Sam react so strangely? It had been on his mind, and now it was staring me dead in the face, in the forms of various flowers and plants. Diana nodded, gesturing to the flowers. Yes. Okay, so it is. My assumption was correct.
This is a marriage ritual. Freshly blossomed flowers holding peak-worthy magical essence arranged in a magic circle are part of what a binding ritual needs to happen.
Okay, alright, I didn't realize that all we needed was a bunch of plants, but I assumed, like, rare plants. Dana nodded and looked to the table.
The other part is a precious item forged between two souls to bind them together.
Okay. So our wedding rings, I guess? Our engagement rings? Would that count? I couldn't believe it. This was my test. There was no way I was ready for this, but here I was staring at a setup that just screamed, go through with it. Come on, girl. Do you not love Sam? Do you not love him enough to do this for him? Part of me was angry and aggravated. I had to go through this for... Part of me was angry and aggravated. I had to go through this for some stupid dragon's power. This was something Sam and I were supposed to discuss together. Now it felt like an arranged agreement. Okay, so that's why she's pissed. Yeah, I'll be pissed too. I understand. Like, this is a personal matter kind of thing where it's like, yo, you could have just thrown me in a fucking like fire pit and let me like, fight some next monster kind of like, Dark Soul kind of style. I wouldn't mind. What was I going to do? The test was obviously going to make me go through with this for the sake of Sam, but I still wasn't ready. Soul binding seemed very heavy, and as much as I love Sam, I needed to be 100% clear. Sam stepped forward and glared at Diana, and he knows it too. He totally gets it.
We're not doing this.
Oh my.
Pardon?
Whoa.
You heard me. We're not going through with this.
What? Really? Huh? What? Maybe he changed his mind. Maybe he's just be like, you know what? I don't need this to like, prove my love to her kind of thing. We strong without it. I stared at Sam wide-eyed. What? He didn't want to go through it. He didn't want to go through it anymore? What was going on? I remembered clearly that he wanted to do it, and now he was against it. Maybe he realized it now. Be like, yeah, I don't fuck this shit. I don't need it. Sam looked to me, and I could suddenly see the reason why buried in his eyes. He still wanted to, but not like this. I could tell he was throwing away something he desperately wanted for my own sake. Okay, well, what? Whatever. At least he's still very considerate of us and our feelings. Sam turned and grasped my shoulders, staring into my eyes.
I know that I want to do this. I want to do this more than anything.
Okay.
But you are more important to me than some dumb ritual. I will never let you force yourself to make this decision if you're nowhere near ready.
Oh, what a sweetie. I felt like crying. This was exactly why I loved him. This was one of a million reasons why Sam was so important to me. My heart felt at ease looking into his eyes and letting tears roll down my cheeks. It may have seemed like a simple thing, but to me this was important. Yeah, I mean, I'm binding my soul to someone for eternity. Like, I mean, figuratively speaking, I have no problems with it, but like, when it's actual literal sense, and there are some complications for it. It's a very big, huge commitment. I gently caressed Sam's cheek, feeling the warmth of his skin beneath my hand, and thanking every deity I knew that I had him beside me as mine. However, as Diana cleared her throat, we both turned to her in reaction. What really threw us off was seeing her cover her mouth, hiding some sort of smirk that was peeking out between her fingers. Don't tell me this was the whole test, right? This was like, congratulations, you passed the test, kind of thing.
Who said anything about you going through with this?
See? Don't fuck with me. No, don't. How dare you fuck with my feelings at that, homegirl. Don't do this. How could you do this to me? Sam and I became dumbfounded. What? We didn't have to go through with it. Then why was it set up? It's the test. Ha! Surprise! Psych! That was the test.
For fuck's sake, if you're messing with us...
She's totally messing with us. Diana began to laugh hysterically, causing Sam to stop talking and become dumbfounded once again. What the hell was going on? This is a total setup. This was the test. We walked right into it. Like, as soon as we walked through the room, we were in it, and then now we passed it, apparently. I'm hoping.
I knew it.
What? Oh, are you you better be happy for me that I passed this test so easily. Alright? If that's the only reason why you're laughing, then go ahead and laugh. But if it's something else, yo, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be hella cheesed.
What the fuck, Diana?
Some hidden camera shit here. God damn it. As I was beyond lost, as Diana continued to laugh, she curled over her stomach and covered her face, trying to catch her breath.
This was perfect. This was absolutely perfect.
Okay, homegirl. Okay, cough it up. What? Just tell me so we could just get this over with and I could just go to sleep. Like, come on, you had your fun. Diana! And now I became frustrated. What was so funny about this? Diana finally stopped laughing, wiping her eyes from the tears that had formed from laughing so hard, and grinned at me and Sam.
I didn't set this up to make you two do it. That would ruin the point of the test.
Wait, what? What? Then what is the test? She was like, you already passed it, right? I became flustered, now mentally scrambled as to what was I going... What the fuck? Oh god. Let's try this again. I became flustered, now mentally scrambled as to what was going on. As my body suddenly began to sink into the ground, however, I gasped and looked down, seeing a large purple pentagram pulling me and Sam into the floor. Alright, hey, let's do this! Alright, Dark Souls combat, let's do this!
Whoa!
Whoa, indeed.
Demon marriage lets you know where your soul partner is at all times. The test is that you find your husband without it.
Oh, okay. Alright. I guess it's a really hard game of hide and seek, I guess, without us willingly participating. Alright, whatever. Okay, I could do this. Fuck, man, I got this. I couldn't even fight back as I was engulfed by darkness at last. Alright, Sam. I say Marco, you say Polo, okay? I couldn't tell how long I was trapped in that darkness. All I knew was that I was going to wake up and find Sam. As I opened my eyes, I had to adjust to the bright light around me and the sound of nature in my ears. Oh, this is nice. I was just totally expecting like the pits of hell and like darkness all around, and you expect me to find him in that darkness, but whatever, this is nice. I like this. I rubbed my eyes and found myself in a forest laying underneath a large tree with burn marks across its bark. I could tell that this would be my starting place and my marker if I got lost, so while I felt terrible for the tree, I was thankful to have something to visually reference. So this was my test. I had to find the man I love without anything but my heart and my instincts. This was cheesy as hell, expecting someone to find someone else using the power of love. I know, right? Jesus. God. Like this isn't some sort of Disney movie, for fuck's sake. I love Sam deeply, but I didn't know if it would be strong enough to guide me through a terrain I was unaware of to Sam, who also could have been wandering around looking for me. There were so many variables to consider. Still, this was a test for a reason. I had to figure this out. Like I said, you say Marco, I say Polo. I cupped my hands together and shouted, knowing his name would be a way to bring him to me. Oh yeah, that is true. That's smart. I don't think it's gonna work though. Almaris! The nearby birds around me fluttered wildly into the air in surprise of my shout, but Sam didn't appear. What the hell? That was supposed to have worked. I know, but then that would have been too easy, girl. You don't get that's not the point of the test. Something must have had him under holy magic, or something to negate the demon summoning. Another part of the test. Guess I wasn't allowed to cheat. Nope. It was worth a try. Yeah, true. Calm down, just go and find him. Trust your instinct. I don't know. I mean, we can calm down and be collective and, just think this through, or just go find him. Yeah, just fuck it. Just go find him. I started heading to the left of the tree's burn mark. It was better than no direction at all, and it was a start. Each step I took became one filled with haste. I wanted to find Sam soon, but I didn't want to laze about this. It felt like hours went by until I stopped and looked around, exhausted from walking so far at such a fast pace. I leaned against a nearby tree, catching my breath. Or maybe I should have thought this through, but anyways, whatever. How the hell am I going to find him? You need to follow your heart and listen to the winds and the trees. I don't know. Something in my heart began to feel heavy. What if I wasn't able to find him? What if this was an impossible quest? I felt my body slide down to the side of the tree, making me sit down at the base in fear. Girl, you need to stop self-doubting yourself. Like, you need to stop this habit of yours. This couldn't be. Did I fuck up? Really? Sadness and ache began to consume my thoughts. There was no way to track him, no way to find him at all in this place. I'd be searching forever, only hoping that I would find him and pray that he was alive when I did. My hands combed through my hair as I fought back tears. Please let me wake up if this was a dream. Please let me see him again.
Giving up so soon, my dear?
No! I'm not a little bitch. At Diana's voice, I suddenly gasped and looked up, only to find no one around. I quickly stood and scanned the area, but alas, there was only trees around. Diana, I don't know what to do. How can I find him? Trust your instincts, girl.
You have all of the means to find him. You're just not thinking it through.
Alright, okay. I looked into the air, confused as ever. What did she mean? I didn't have anything but the clothes I was wearing. Diana chuckled slightly.
Think. Besides his heart, what else did he give you as a token of his love?
As she said it, the answer came into my mind, replaying the night Sam proposed to me in the night sky. The ring, right? Oh, tattoo. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Right. I looked to my hand, seeing the engagement ring Sam had given me resting on my finger, glistening in the light.
There we are. The other part of the marriage ritual.
Yay, I was right! The engagement ring. Second part, this was...
Indeed. It seems he intended to ask you to be his, in body heart, and spirit.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, yeah, I got it. My heart gave a hard and heated thump against my chest, agreeing with Diana's words. He had been prepared all along to ask me to be his, but wanted to at least give me what I wanted first before asking for what he wanted. Oh, what a sweet pea. I smiled, staring at the sparkling emeralds and diamonds on my ring, and finally feeling the magic pulse within it. Still, I was lost on how to use it. Just fucking use it like a fucking navigation system. Just like point it in one direction, and then it'll do something. How will this help me? Diana chuckled once more, her voice quieter than before.
I can't give you all of the answers, dear. But at least you won't be lost anymore.
Right? Gosh. Her voice finally vanished into the air, leaving me alone once more. However, my focus was on my ring. I remember clearly that this wasn't an ordinary ring, but one magically forged the night Sam proposed. Sam, I'm going to find you, whether you like it or not. So, let's go. I nodded and felt a wave of hope and courage rush through my body. I was ready now. I focused on the ring, trying to will it to give me a sign, a hint, anything to help me find Sam. As I stared into it, a word popped into my mind. Letting it loose, I could feel magic pulse into the air from around my body. From around my body. All right. Amor, which means love. My hand suddenly became wrapped in green chain-shaped markings, sprouting from the base of my ring before jutting off of my skin and flying forward through the air and deeper into the forest. I felt myself grinning from ear to ear. Hey, 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 that's fucking nifty. I was going to find him, yes. I quickly burst into a sprint, following the ethereal chain that was leading me towards Sam, uncaring of the harsh breaths I was taking or the pain that shot through my legs. I needed to keep going forward. All that mattered was that I had to keep moving forward. The chain twisted and turned around trees and often arched around obstacles for me, guiding me perfectly towards a thicker brush of woods. The amount of bushes and smaller trees began to grow the farther in I went, but I continued. Hello, Sam, where the fuck are you? Soon enough, I found myself walking towards the descending mouth of a cave, where a familiar brown-haired demon boy laid face down on its edge. Oh boy! Oh no! They did not treat you kindly in terms of landing. Sam! What are you doing there, you silly? Why are you face first on the ground like that? I ran forward and slid onto my knees, lifting his head onto my lap. Around his neck was a golden collar, which, upon my touch, vanished and caused Sam to stir from his comatose state.
What?
Hey! Found you. My heart began to swell as I stared down at him, tears welling up in my eyes. This was really him. He was safe here in my arms, and I had found him. His emerald gaze bore into mine, still dazed from the sleep he was in. As he stared up at me, Sam lifted his hand and caressed my cheek, causing me to unconsciously nuzzle into it.
There you are.
Well, you didn't even fucking try, so you shut up. You just lay there. Boy, you are going to let me kiss you. Just not. You are going to let me kiss you. I don't fucking care. Even though you didn't do shit. I couldn't help but repeat the first words he had ever said to me. They had engraved themselves into my mind, and I was forever thankful for that day. Sam's lips curved into a smug smile, remembering the phrase perfectly.
Then hurry up and do it.
Okay, fine. God, so impatient. I grinned and bent down, capturing his lips with my own. My entire body felt complete as our lips touched. I didn't care if he took energy from me in it. I had found him.
Well done.
Yay, thank you. Gosh. To our surprise, the voice didn't ring in our heads. The voice of the dragon echoed from the cave, causing me and Sam to separate and stare into the void. Hey, you're also here as well. Oh my gosh, let's go visit you.
You have proven to me the strength of your heart. Now, for the final test, Sam must prove his.
Alright, Sam, get in there. I instinctively gripped Sam tighter. We weren't going to be separated again, were we? Well, Sam, however, slowly stood up, guiding me with him, and glared into the darkness.
Hit me with your best shot. I'm ready.
Right, let's do it. A dark, echoing chuckle reverberated from the cave, causing a sliver of fear to rush down my body. I was beyond nervous, but we had come this far. We were going to win his powers.
Step into the cave.
Face me.
And face me.
Bite me.
I will judge you.
Alright, bite me. The memories of my nightmare began to fill my head. What if it was a trick? What if the dragon killed Sam while he was in there? Girl, you just... God, despite my frightening thoughts, Sam stepped towards the cave, nodding. Yeah, you got this, Sam.
You got it.
Yeah. That's right. Every voice and nerve in my head screamed for me to Every voice and nerve in my head screamed for me to stop him. I didn't want him to die. At the same time, this was a test. He had to do it. I was placing my heart on the table and hoping it wouldn't be ripped apart with a single blast of fire. Let him do it, Stop Sam. I'm gonna let him do it. Go get him, boy. Go get him. I had to trust him. He could do this. I watched as Sam walked into the cave, following behind until he vanished into the darkness. I stood once again between the light and the dark, waiting. Moments of silence ran by, filling my body with anxiousness. Was he safe? Was he okay? He's got this. At the sudden shout of a dragon's roar, I jumped and gripped to the cave wall, frightened to the core. It echoed into silence out of the mouth of the cave, but I became worried. What happened? What was going on? He's just having a really, civil conversation with Sam right now. The faint echo of footsteps began to make their way towards me despite me not being able to see into the dark. I hoped it was Sam. I prayed it was Sam, unscathed. Oh, wow. You look great. As Sam finally appeared out of the darkness, I gasped. Not at seeing him at last, but when I saw his eyes. They were swirling with red and green flames along with the whites of his eyes, while his emerald irises glowed in the shadows of the cave. Just from seeing him, I could tell that he had changed and had become much more powerful. Sam? You okay? Ah, yay! Sam grinned at me, stepping up in front of me and placing a hand on my head.
Sup, you doofus?
Wow, you look good. New contacts? I bit my lip and shook my head, pounding a fist into his chest before hugging him to me tightly.
Whoa. Hey, it's alright. I'm right here.
Thank God you are. Yes.
May your battle be won, Lord of Dragons.
Oh damn, got a new title with that too? Oh shit, Lord of Dragons. Oh, make way, make way. I looked over Sam's shoulders into the darkness, seeing the faint outline of a large dragon's head fade away before my eyes. What the? Smaug, you're not gonna join the party? Of course not. Lord of Dragons? Goddamn. Before Sam could answer me, a light burst into the air, causing us to grip onto each other and shut our eyes. Whoa. The warmth of the light seemed to comfort and ease our travel to wherever the dragon was sending us. Regardless, I clung to Sam tightly, desperate not to let go of him. Whoop, back. When we opened our eyes at last, we were in the war room in the middle of the space with the rebel leaders, the incubi, and their wives staring wide-eyed at us. Before anyone could move, however, Dana applauded at us, making everyone turn their heads towards her in confusion.
Well done, you two.
Thanks, homegirl. Yeah. Your girl's got this.
Wait, you knew where they were all along?
Of course she does.
She told us they were gone. She didn't say she didn't know where.
Listen, that's rude.
Iridus was like, hey, that's rude. That's hella rude.
At least they're safe now.
James, however, took a step towards Sam, peering at him. Sam's eyes had returned to normal, but I bet that his aura was different now that he was Lord of Dragons, or whatever the dragon had called him. Yeah.
At least you're safe now.
Exactly. And he has a new title. He's Lord of Dragons now. Goddamn.
You were worried about him too, dude.
Don't ruin it. He has a reputation.
Right.
He's much stronger than before now.
Of course. Basil strong. Sam gave James a smug look before holding out his hand.
Yeah, I'm alright now.
Yes, he's fine. He's always been fine. The two brothers shook hands, smiling at one another. I was happy to know that he was alright as well, giving him a squeeze. Dan, however, cleared her throat as the rebel leaders took off, catching everyone's attention.
Well, I hate to break up this little reunion, but we have a battle to fight tomorrow.
Right.
We should rest.
I know, right. Everyone was in agreement, especially my aching body. The run in the forest was not a kind one. As everyone began to leave, however, Dana called out.
Sam, a moment please. Alone.
Right, because you got superpowers now, so we gotta put it to tactical use. I was worried about what Dana wanted to speak to Sam about alone, but I left the room with the rest of the group regardless. Dana seemed adamant. However, I remained at the door listening in. Ooh, spying.
So, you got me alone. What do you want?
About your new powers. I peeked into the room to see Diana faced away from Sam, who had his arms crossed and was waiting for her to speak.
Tomorrow is the day we head out to fight him. We've been fighting for 10 years, and it will finally end.
Of course. Yes, go on.
You're stalling. What is it?
Yeah.
Do you know how many lives have been lost because of this war?
Countless. Sam finally lowered his arms and glared at the back of Diana's head. I glared as well. Why was she bringing this up? From her tone of voice, however, she seriously wanted an answer.
Hundreds? Thousands?
Millions? Billions? Trillions? I don't know.
9.5 million lives.
Yeah, okay, I get the point. Sam's breath hitched in shock, as did mine. That many lives have been lost? Was this war truly as bloody as the rebel leaders described it to be? Diana turned her head and stared into Sam's shocked gaze.
I had to send off and watch almost 9.5 million soldiers marching to their deaths. This world lost that many lives and had to take their blood and ashes into its soil as the battles we fought ended.
Okay.
The Demon Lord, however, ravaged and slaughtered thousands of innocent lives in between, sending more people to their deaths just because they were in his way.
Uh-huh, because he's a dick, I know.
Why are you telling me this?
Yeah, what's your point?
All of those lives could have been spared.
I know, but it's war, and, war just doesn't go the way we want it to sometimes. All the time, I don't even know. Diana turned around and glared hard at Sam, and to my surprise, Sam froze in place.
Every single life that was lost during this war could have lived, could have been leading normal lives.
Are you putting the blame on him? Is that what you're getting at? Uh-huh. Sam didn't open his mouth. Why wasn't he saying anything? I felt the need to step in, but I was stopped by a hand over my mouth. What? Ugh. Who the hell? Shh. Okay. Well, Damien, you're an accomplice now, so we're just as guilty for eavesdropping. Alright. I looked up to see Damien covering my mouth and staring into the room intently. I didn't understand. Why was he hushing me? I looked back into the room as Diana began to step towards Sam.
My kingdom became the target of the Demon Lord's wrath, and I came back to the castle and my people screaming to the sky and burning in the flames. My family was taken away from me, and there is nothing I can do to bring them back.
Okay. She's kind of recounting her story, alright. As Diana finally got close to Sam, leaning nose to nose with him, her eyes began to glow a cruel, cold golden color, making me worry. Okay, getting really emotional here, and I don't know exactly where she's going with it still, but I feel like she's low-key blaming Sam? What? Which doesn't really make sense. It doesn't make sense, because she was supposed to marry James, not Sam, and then, unless, whose idea was it to go to the human world to begin with, or to run away to the human world? I kind of forgot. But anyways, yeah.
And it's all because of you, your brothers, and that human.
Okay, so she's actually blaming them. What? Okay, well...
What?
Oh. Like lightning, Diana and Sam slammed into the far wall. However, instead of Diana against the wall, Sam was held against it and with Diana's hand over his mouth. What? Why now, though? I thought, okay. I thought this happened in James' route, I believe, and it was Sarah who was giving them shit for it. And then Diana was the one who kind of stepped in and was like, it's said and done, and we gotta get over it kind of thing. So, what the hell? What surprised me the most was Sam staring at Diana with almost a shocked and fearful expression. What the hell? Sam gripped Diana's arm, but for some reason she didn't seem to be affected by his strength, like he was gripping stone. Where did her strength come from? Well, I don't know. Homegirl's always been OP, I guess.
I want to get it through your head that this war is your fault. Yours and that human's faults. My parents, my sister, their lives were ripped away from this world because of you two. My kingdom burned, drowned in the flames of the Demon Lord because of you two.
Not exactly us, because you did leave to pursue them in the human world when you could have chosen not to, and then, but then, the whole complication of the muse and the idea shit got, all that factor and shit like that. So yeah, it's more complicated than that, Diana. Come on.
Your brothers were too enthralled with the human world to give a damn about where they came from, so I could have never convinced them to come back. You were my only hope, and you decided that the human was more important than the peace of this world. Because of your love for her, you stayed in the human world and caused so much death.
Well, you know, that Demon Lord, or you know, his father was like a psychopath anyway, so like it was bound to happen, you know. Just saying, like, you know, not soon or then like later, obviously. Struggle to step in, keep watching. I don't know, homegirl. I don't know, like, I kind of want to see where this is going, kind of thing. Like, I understand where she's coming from, but like at the same time, like I said, it's more bigger than it's just the problem of, you know, them running away and then, you know, choosing to stay in the human world. Because again, like I said, she was the one who decided to pursue them when she could have just stayed behind and then defended her kingdom. But, you know, because of the whole Muse thing that she explained to us in, like, you know, past episodes, like, that's what made her pursue them, made her so determined to get them back, but in the end, she couldn't do it. So, like, it's more complicated than that. And also, again, like I said, the Demon Lord, he was a psychopath anyway, so, like, you know, the whole conquering shit was bound to happen at some point. Oh, I don't know. Like, I kind of trust, I don't know. I feel bad for stepping in because then it would be guilty of, like, you know, eavesdropping, but at the same time, it's like we kind of have to. I want to say something, you know, but no, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep watching. Maybe Sam can, like, you know, diffuse this situation somehow, or, you know, we'll talk to him about it later, I guess. Can we? Okay. Keep watching.
I want to burn that anger into your soul. Every single life that has been lost in this war to stop the Demon Lord was because of you and your love.
But I thought you were rooting for us, Diana. I thought you had my back. Diana's hand slowly moved from Sam's mouth to his collar and gripped it, pulling him up onto his toes. However, as they continued to stare at each other, Sam's eyes began to glow a bright red and gold color, the mixture swirling in his green irises. Yeah, maybe like he'll like, get the chance to defend himself in that kind of way, you know? Yeah.
This war wasn't.
Yes, it was!
Not entirely, you know. Diana quickly pulled Sam forward and slammed him back into the wall, causing him to jerk and wince, growling but continuing to stare at Diana's angry expression. Around Diana's body was a dark purple aura, flickering like a wildfire with her screams. Oh no, Dark Diana is making her appearance.
If I had just killed that human and dragged you back, the world would not be suffering as it is! If that human wasn't alive, then the Demon Lord would not have done what he did!
Nah, I don't think so. I think he would have done so regardless.
If you and your brothers had just stayed, this war would not have happened!
Oh my god, everyone needs to calm down. Hey now, hey.
We're gonna end it!
Yeah, exactly.
We will! And when this war is over, I will never have to see you or that damn human ever again!
Wow, Diana, so hurtful. I thought you had my back. I thought you were homegirl. What is this? Where did this even come from? Why? I stared wide-eyed as Diana lowered her head down and slightly loosened her grip on Sam's collar. Her back was arched over, twitching and spasming as Diana gritted her teeth.
That is why you two must survive.
Okay. What?
What?
I'm so confused. I'm as confused as you are. Maybe it's because she feels that... Okay. Let me get this straight. Let me get my facts straight. So, Diana thinks that the reason that this whole entire war mess is our fault because the brothers ran away, decided to stay in the human world, and of course, Sam being the main one to fall in love with us, and that's the reason of why they chose to stay. And so that's why Diana couldn't bring them back, and then because of that, she feels that they're responsible, and then uh, it's so no, it's not complex. It's just more so that because she feels that they're responsible, she feels that it would be a waste of their efforts to if we ended up dying, kind of thing, because we were the trigger to this whole entire mess. So if we end up dying, then it'll be all for naught, kind of thing. Almost, kinda, yeah. All right, because we fought so stubbornly, or they fought so stubbornly to stay in the human world and to also stay with us. Okay, cool. Okay. Diana's voice weakened immensely, drenched in softened choke sobs and whimpers.
You two need to survive this war. You need to protect her. And stay alive, no matter what.
I know, okay. I see. Oh. You don't need to do this, Dan. I already know. My heart dropped, but my mind was lost. Where was this coming from? I felt Damien loosen his grip over my mouth slightly as I watched Sam straightened up to look at Diana. The aura around Diana slowly began to die out with each word Diana choked out.
If either of you die,
yes,
then this war will have happened for nothing.
Yes.
All of those lives, all of this destruction. The only reason we are here is because of you two.
Yes, I nailed it. Nailed it. Okay, cool. I got my facts straight. All right.
Diana.
Sam already gets it. He's like, bruh, you don't even need to tell me this. Diana looked up to Sam, a new hopeless pain burning in her eyes as tears began to stream down her face.
Swear to me, Brute, that you will take responsibility for this and live, no matter what happens. Damn the war, damn my life. But you must swear that you understand and will take this responsibility.
Of course. Alright, if you feel that way, Diana, then we will. Don't worry. Don't you worry. My heart was hurting at the sight of Diana. She looked so broken, barely gripping to Sam and no longer forcing him against the wall behind him. Sam, however, pressed his lips together. What was he going to do? Sam, staring at Diana's expression, slowly grabbed onto both of Diana's horns and pulled Diana's head downward, pressing his forehead to the top of her head.
I swear.
Oh, okay. For the first and only time in my life, I watched Diana crumple to the ground onto her knees with Sam following her down. Diana's hands released Sam and covered her face before she started sobbing violently into her palms. Oh man. Sam kept his hands on her horns, pressing his forehead into the top of her head with closed eyes. Red energy from Diana's body slowly began to slide along her form and into Sam's head, slowly wrapping around him and fading away. Okay. Wow, shit just got so heavy. Damn. I stepped away from the door and looked at Damien, seeing him look down at the ground in shame. Damien, why? What happened? Tell me.
It is our fault. But we can't change the past. We can only end this.
I know, my thoughts exactly. Like, what's already done is done. Can't change it. I nodded, feeling the weight of the world rest on my soul. In a way, I felt completely responsible for this war even happening. I loved Sam enough to keep him away from his duty, his reason for birth. I had changed him to me, and I wouldn't let him go. I looked back to Diana, seeing her shaking and crying as Sam continued to remain still holding her horns. The energy had vanished, and all that was left were the tears Diana was shedding. Did Sam take her energy? Maybe. I don't know.
Sam took away her rage.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, what? I didn't know you could do that. Alright. I looked up at Damien, confused. He was an incubus, so he was only able to take away sexual energy, right? He could take other forms of energy too. That's why I was saying. I'm like, I didn't know that. Wow, the more you know. Sam can do that?
Yes, actually. While he's an incubus, he's also part brute demon, just like the rest of us.
Really? What? what? I didn't... Oh, wait. You know what? That makes sense. You know what? That does make sense. Because, I think Diana's family is the only one that's like pure succubus kind of lineage, bloodline going on, right? She even mentioned it herself. So, it makes sense. Makes sense. I was surprised. Sam was part brute demon, so were the boys. Damien chuckled softly, assumingly because he read my mind, and nodded.
Our mothers were succubi. The demon lord, though, he's no incubus. He's a brute demon who feeds on and uses rage energy.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was from their mom's side. Okay, right. Okay, so it makes sense. Like, it has to have come from somewhere. So yeah, okay, cool. Damon looked into the room, losing part of his smile.
Sam, our brothers and I were born incubi, but Sam inherited more brute demon traits than the rest of us. Thus, why he had the nicknames Brute and Monster.
Ooh, interesting. Because he wasn't like a regular incubus? Yeah. Damien nodded. I looked at Sam, seeing him stare into staring into God damn, okay, let's start over. Damien nodded. I looked to Sam, seeing him stare into Diana's scalp with a focused but intense expression. The more I thought about it, the more I could see what he meant. Yeah.
Sam never got into the idea of taking and using sexual energy. He was angry all of the time in the demon world, so he fed on rage energy instead. It wasn't until he went to the human world with us when he began to rely on his incubus powers.
Alright. No wonder he's so mad all the time. It makes sense. This all makes sense now. What? I could only imagine it. Sam, who hated his father and was the rebel son of the incubi brother, full of anger. That was probably why he was so forward when he had met and full of attitude. When we had met and full of attitude, yes. Still, I fell in love with him. Yeah, because, you know. He was truly a wonderful man. He did everything he could to make me happy and feel safe. He always put me first, which flattered me and made me feel incredibly special. I didn't know what to say to that. Diana eventually stopped crying and wiped the tears from her face, but she didn't raise her head. Damien, whom I thought would have stayed longer, disappeared, leaving me alone to watch. Alright, bye. Thanks for the background family tree lesson. Okay, yeah, bye.
Sam, if I die, would you?
Oh, would you take the throne? Oh, I don't even. That's a pretty loaded question. I don't know. Would he what? I stared, hoping that Dana would reply with a clearer question, but she merely closed her eyes and let out a small sigh. Suddenly, the noise in the room became silent, but I could see Diana's lips move. Sam's eyes widened as she finished speaking, but he didn't say anything back, even as Diana looked up at Sam. I'm pretty sure she asked him if he would take the throne. When Sam finally reacted, he let out a silent sigh and spoke back, the sound of his voice negated through whatever silence engulfed the room. As my body began to collapse, I watched as Diana listened and nodded with a smile before fading into the ground through a dark pentagram. Sam, however, remained there, staring where Diana had been, and took in whatever she had said. Upon the demand of my body, I began to make my way towards the bedroom, not wanting Sam to know that I had been eavesdropping. Right, gotta get back. I began to make my way back to my room, but stopped as I heard the sound of whispered voices leak out through a barely open door. Oh, there we go, coup d'etat.
So, we're all in agreement?
Coup d'etat, okay, like I had said before, or like what I did last time, is that for story progression-wise, just to like zip through it to like get to the endings of Sam, whatever ending I get with Sam. Yeah, I'm just gonna agree to supporting Diana and then not kill her with the poison that they planned. And then afterwards, when it's all said and done and I get my first ending with Sam and then go back to get the rest of his other endings, then I will include on what would happen if I had agreed with them rebel leaders and then end up killing Diana. And then this time, of course, since our instructor or our teacher was Sergeant, we're gonna see what would happen when he takes over the throne and see what ways he would fuck up. Or maybe I don't even know. Maybe I don't know. He seems like a pretty chill dude. Like he controls his anger, or maybe he might turn into the second demon lord. I don't even know. So yeah, we will find that out once it's all said and done.
Human.
Oh yes, human. Yes, I guess I can include this little portion bits where they're just commenting on why it is that they want to kill Diana. I grimaced now out in the open. The four stared at me with cold eyes as if they were ready to send me back to the human world as a course rather than going through with the siege. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna skip through the part where it's gonna be Sergeant just talking to us about it. There we go. That succubus doesn't deserve the throne, plain and simple. Alright, cool. Yeah, we already know. We already kind of figured that he would feel that way because of the tension between them. I looked at Sergeant, surprised at his words. As he looked at me, I could see a world of anger behind his eyes.
This world needs a real leader on the throne, not some self-entitled princess who assumes everything is hers just because of her rank in society.
Okay, whatever you feel, Sergeant. You really think that of her?
I do. The moment I swore my alliance to this rebellion, I watched her, and I don't like what I see. She's emotional and she has too much power. Nothing about her taking the throne is honorable.
Okay, alright, whatever you say. But that warrants death?
Don't you get it? If we tell her to step down, then the ones who follow her will force her right back in. She's too powerful to be left alive.
Okay, yeah, alright, whatever. I grimaced. Sergeant had his reasons, and obviously they were noble to him, but I didn't understand. Alright, that's it. Alright, let's just skip on ahead then. So yeah, just to recap, I agreed that I am supporting Diana in this just to zip through the process of the whole ending shit. So yeah. I finally reached my room and let my body fall onto the bed. I let out a sigh of utter pleasure as I felt the cloud-like bed cradle my body on its surface. I was beyond happy. Right, but Sam doesn't know that I eavesdropped. I had been kidnapped and taken to the demon world by the demon lord, trapped here unless he or I died. Then Sam and I nope, that's not right. Then Sam and I were haunted by a powerful being that had been hell-bent on testing us. This entire week has become a wild rollercoaster ride of excitement that I would have never expected. There we go. Still, there was joy to be found in adventure, and my curiosity thanked destiny for letting me experience it. Now, all I wanted to do was to get home and marry the man I loved. I don't know if this is a great way to experience some adventure times, you know? As Sam finally entered the room at last, I smiled and stood, walking over and wrapping my arms around him.
Hey, you ready to go home?
Yes, I am just so ready for this. My body is ready. Hee, more than ready. I was ready the moment I was trapped here. First day one. We held each other locked in silence and unable to say anything more. We let the situation we had just gone through sink in, relieved that we were going to be happy from now on together. Yes. All we could do in the moment was hold each other and listen to our synchronized heartbeats. As the thought of tomorrow danced in my head, I began to grow fearful. Was I ready to go into battle with Sam, or any of us for that matter? We were about to walk into the final clash of World War. Would we survive? Would I live to remain with Sam and feel his embrace again? Tomorrow brought too many questions to think about, and I became frustrated and scared. Of course we're gonna do this! Duh! Why wouldn't I? How many... We literally did this like almost 3 times. Oh shit. I needed to hold him and treat the night like it was our last. Tomorrow was unpredictable, but tonight was guaranteed. Yes, I know. So let's just do this. Let's get it on. A wave of carnal need rushed through me, needing to indulge all I could tonight. It was stupid to believe that tomorrow could have been our last day alive, but reality scared me. I was scared and I needed to release that fear in Stan's arm. We needed to rock as if the world was ending because we didn't know if it would. Right, because we might just end up getting stabbed in the chest, or you know, angels be sending us home and then be separating from our loved ones, you know, all that shit. I gripped onto Sam's jacket and pulled him close to me, slamming my lips into his and feeling him gasp against our lips. Our kiss. He stared wide-eyed at me for a moment before gripping to my waist hard and returning my kiss. Yes. He was feeling the same. I could feel the tremors of his own concern rumble beneath his fingertips as they gently dragged themselves along my waist and buried themselves under my clothes. I pulled away slightly, panting as I burned my gaze into his eyes. Amaris, let's get it on. Let's do this. Let's get freaky. His eyes flashed a gold color at the sound of his true name. I would use it and call it over and over to make him drive me to the blissful night we desperately needed. His grip on me tightened as I leaned in nose to nose, repeating it in a husky tone. Amaris, how many times are you gonna make me say it? A carnal snarl escaped Sam's lips before he roughly cupped a hand behind my head and pulled me into a hard kiss, growling lustfully against my lips as I groaned at the feeling. The gates of our control flung open and we let it all in. Okay, cool. It almost became too easy tearing Sam's clothes off of his body. It was definitely easy for him to strip every last article off of my body and take in the sensation of our skin-to-skin contact. The heat dancing over our skins became almost unbearable as he marched me to bed and pinned me down, biting over my lip before planting nips over my neck and shoulder. I would have bear the love bites and hickeys he was painting over my skin with pride. All I cared about was feeling him within my arms and screaming his name as we finally passed the point of no return. His demon name spurred him on, skyrocketing the passion between us as I let out. What's with all these like errors in the sentences that's throwing me off? Okay, god damn it. His demon name spurred him on, skyrocketing the passion between us as I let it fall from my lips. Man, I didn't sign up for this shit. I didn't sign up to make some on the run like grammar correction, spelling, and punctuation and shit. God damn it. Okay, let's try this. Okay. So, first sentence is, his demon name spurred him on. Okay, skyrocketing the passion between us as I let it fall from my, what? That doesn't make sense. Fall from my name between my euphoric cries of pleasure. Okay. His fingers clawed over my back as my own gripped his shoulders hard, returning the favor. I don't even know anymore. Whatever, let's just go. My name fell from his own lips between his hard and loving kisses over my neck and shoulder as he finally claimed my lips to silence us both. We became unhinged and soared through multiple peaks of ecstasy. I could barely remember how many we rushed through, but our emotions were running high, and the beautiful afterglow that awaited us gave us a soft descent into a blissful haze in each other's arms. We both were hurting, aching from the amount of energy we released in our love making, but thankful in the end that we did. We didn't even need to speak as we held each other close and let the night consume us. Okay, cool. My heart was filled with Sam, and I became slowly protective of my love for him. If tomorrow was going to be a test against death, then it was a test I would succeed in. I mean, I got to, because then I would end up dying, so that's not part of my agenda. I would not let the Demon Lord or anyone take Sam away from me again. I love you, Amaris. Yeah, I ain't gonna let Smaug take him away from me. Tomorrow would decide everything. Yes, indeed. Alright, here we go. Day of the Siege. Okay, we're gonna go skip on ahead to like Diana's little speech thing. Maybe even up to the point where we go into the forest kind of thing. So yeah. Oh, what the hell is this? Okay, so we had the whole... Okay, so Sam objected to the whole idea of Diana sending us to the side path. And then Sergeant was like, nah, she's fine because she's tough and she's strong. But so then Shadow, however, cleared his throat. Okay, what?
Might I suggest a simple solution to deal with the Demon Lord?
Oh, what? Game changer right here. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?
What is it?
Yeah, what is it? Shadow turned and pointed to the map, his finger pressing against the tower structure on the Demon Lord's castle. Oh, right.
If my scouts are correct, then that tower directly hovers over the decaying sea.
Okay, where are you going with this? Then the what? Yes, decaying sea. A Shadow turned to me with an amused grimace while Rabbit stepped towards me, hugging her staff to her body.
The decaying sea. A cursed stretch of water that has plagued this side of the demon world for thousands of years. Many demons have fallen into that water and were never seen again. It's no ordinary sea. It's an eternal death wish.
So that means I can't have a beach party over there. Got it. All right. Okay, fine. Just from the look in Rabbit's eyes, I could tell that this sea was bad news. Shadow nodded at Rabbit's description, adding more to the fright of the waters the castle was pressed against. So, are you saying that we should toss his ass into the sea? Because I'm all for that too.
Any creature unfortunate enough to fall into that cursed stretch of water will be doomed to sink into an endless black void. They can never die due to the dark magic in the water, but they can never come back up. There is no saving them.
Okay, so alright. So he's forever mermaid. Alright. I became fearful just thinking about going near it. However, Diana crossed her arms and stared blankly at Shadow. She's like, what do you want me to do with it?
So you wish for me to drag him up to the tower and toss him over?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Precisely. It would make killing him much easier, wouldn't you think?
True, because if he's in there, then he can never leave it, kind of thing, right? Diana pressed her lips together, not agreeing or disagreeing with the suggestion given to her. However, the conversation quickly turned back to the matter at hand. There you go. Alright, so, maybe instead of, killing him right then and there in the throne room kind of thing, we're gonna just toss his ass over into the sea and let him take a swim. Alright, cool. Alright, let's skip on ahead then. Big crowd for a dickhead old man, huh? Yeah, I see that, yeah. Huh? What do you mean? I looked at the map on the war table, seeing multiple markers clutter in an open field in front of the Demon Lord's castle. According to Sergeant, there were hundreds of thousands of soldiers prepared to march, all ready to shed blood. I, however, looked at Sam with worry. I was frightened yet determined, worried yet pushing myself to be brave and step forward. Sensing this, Sam wrapped his hands around mine and gave it a squeeze.
Hey, whatever happens, we'll do it together, all right?
Yeah, we're gonna do it together. We're all in this together. Okay, cool. Alright, can I skip now, please? Okay, we finally made it to the fucking tree line. Okay, goddamn. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. The journey was surprisingly swift. The sound of the war clashed beside us outside of the tree line, causing me to cover my ears a bit from the volume, but I shook my head and pressed forward, not wanting to become distracted. Okay, cool. The goal was to get to the castle. I had to focus. Am I gonna go Hulk? I wanna go Hulk mode. Hulk smash everything. Before I could, however, I stopped at the sight of imps trickling from the direction of the castle in our direction. My rage began to ignite in my core, causing the world around me to fill with a red misty hue. I snarled as I lurched forward and let out a resounding battle cry that echoed through the air. Grrr! Yes, Hulk mode. I could barely hear my incubus jump back at the sound, surprised to see me and hear me do what I did.
Whoa! What the hell?
Right? I can get mad too! However, I didn't care at the moment. All I could focus on were the imps that I had successfully stopped and intimidated with my howl. Get out of my way! Move, bitch! I jutted my hand forward, quickly forming a large red orb and blasting it forward, letting it shoot through the trees and land on one of the imps, exploding on impact. Gross. Alright. The explosion forced many around him to be blasted. Wow, I can't read. I'm like zipping through this. Okay, let's try this again. The explosion forced many around him to be blasted away against trees or against the ground, disoriented. I wasn't going to let them pass me by, though, stepping forward and letting my instinct rush me forward at them. My body instantly reappeared in front of an imp as I swung my fist high, slamming it into the imp's face and practically breaking his head from his neck. Wow, shit. One punch! The pain in my knuckles flared, but I didn't care. Adrenaline rushed through me and quickly dissolved it. The remaining imps began to quake and step back in fear, most likely never anticipating a human decimating their number. I wasn't so friendly and merciful, especially in my rage, as I lunged forward again and kicked at another imp, hearing the break of his ribs echo through the forest. Each time my eyes locked on an imp, I rushed to be in front of him before he could react and either severely knock them out of commission or killed them. Imps were almost easier than the damn dummy I practiced with. My incubus, despite probably being surprised at my carnage, followed as I continued forward, fighting through every imp that came in our way. I had lost count of how many crossed me, but I didn't care. All I cared about was getting to the castle. Yes, by the time we reached the end of the forest, there were a slew of dead and unconscious bodies behind me. I stood at the tree line, panting and feeling waves of angry heat run through my veins. I panted for air, slowly focusing on calming down as my energy quickly depleted from its adrenaline-filled high. That was all I could do before my energy was expended and a wave of exhaustion rolled through my body. And there I go. I began to fall forward, exhausted. My fiancé, however, quickly rushed forward and caught me in his arms.
Oh shit! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm great, yeah. Huh? I don't know how you do this all the time. It's tiring. I looked up to see Sam staring down at me with a deeply concerned gaze. We were safe for a moment, so I merely smiled up at him with a nod. I'm fine. I promise to protect you like you protect me. Sam pressed his lips together and shook his head, glaring down at me before wrapping his arms fully around me and hugging me to him.
You fucking doofus.
I'm fine. You know, I'm great. I hugged him back, feeling relieved that we finally arrived at the castle and were about to rush inside. As we slowly pulled away, Sam lifted me up and held me to my feet.
You gonna be okay?
Yes, I am A-okay. I nodded, shaking off the exhaustion from my mind. I was ready to end this. I looked up the castle gates and felt a rush of determination run through me. Let's go finish this. Yes, let's do this. With that, Sam and I raced forward. The final battle had begun. Alright, at the gates, however, stood a figure that seemed to pose almost pridefully in our path. What the fuck? Sam and I stopped our run and took in who was standing in our way. For some reason, he seemed familiar. What? What? Is this new challenger? What? Who?
Finally, you showed up.
What the fuck? Why are you here? What? I thought. Wait a minute. I thought okay, wait. I thought Sam clearly decimated you. Like, he beat the living shit out of you to the point where you're just fucking a pile of flesh and nothing else. So I don't understand how it is that you're here right now and not looking like Ditto. That voice. Yeah, my mind finally clicked, linking the voice to a memory I wish I'd forgotten. However, it couldn't have been. No way. This is some sorcery. Like, I don't understand how this happened. Like, I don't know who brought you back. What? Oh my god, you look, oh my god. What the fuck? Oh. No. I ain't about to just, no, I didn't sign up for zombie Maliks here. This is out of my contract. Sam began to growl almost animalistically as the figure stepped out of the shadow of the gate. His face was covered by a terrifying devil mask, but I recognized him despite the fact. His white hair, his red skin, there was no way it could have been. No.
Missed me, bitch?
No. No. Not your ugly mug.
Maliks!
I don't even understand how you're back. Like, who the hell transfigured you or I don't even know. Who in their right minds would do this? No. At the sound of his name, Maliks reached up and removed the mask from his face, revealing a large amount of scars and wounds that were hidden away. Despite this, there was almost a smirk plastered from ear to ear across Maliks' cheeks. I swear to God, you were just like a mush. I don't understand how you're like full body and functioning. I don't even know.
You're supposed to be dead!
And you're supposed to be a blob. I don't even know. I don't understand.
You didn't think I actually died, did you? Only pussy little boys like you can get taken out like that.
Oh my god, there he goes with his foul mouth again. My heart froze at the fact that he was still alive. It couldn't have been. I had seen what had happened to him. He was supposed to be dead. I know! Maliks inhaled a deep breath and stretched out his arms, looking around with the largest grin on his face before turning to Sam.
Isn't this the most brutal war you've ever seen? Legions killing each other for no goddamn reason other than to rule this pathetic plane. It makes me want to make popcorn and watch the bloodshed.
Okay. Sorry, I had to take a sip of my drink, cause I ain't about this bitch. Sam glared hard at Maliks, taking a step towards him. Maliks, however, cackled in response and locked eyes with the incubus. We're gonna do round 2 of this, alright.
Of course! I came here for a reason. I can't just sit on my ass and watch. Too bad, though. This is some great entertainment.
Wow, you must really want to get your ass beat again for the second time. Like, I don't understand. You masochist.
Then why are you here, asswipe? Got a real death wish this time?
What makes you think you can kill me? Besides, aren't you trying to save energy to fight your old man?
No. Shut up. You shut up. Maliks stuffed his hands in his pockets and leaned back, puffing his chest out and flaunting the bird's insignia on his chest.
I got sent here by the head of hell himself.
Ugh.
Straight from the top. And I got the best seats in the house to the bloodiest war this plane has ever seen.
Ugh. Really? No. What? Sam chuckled, cracking his knuckles. Ah, that rhymed.
Funny. I thought Satan only gave a shit about devils who didn't get their faces beaten in. Seems like he's getting soft.
Yeah. Especially if he chose you. Instantly, Maliks' face shifted to an angry scowl, making the smirk on Sam's face widen.
Now that you're all hot and bothered, wanna tell me what you're up to before I send you back with your head up your ass?
Yeah.
Well, first I'm gonna paint these gates with your blood. Then wait until this war is over before I annihilate every fucking demon left and make this world a part of hell, just like it was supposed to be.
So wait, so you're here on a different agenda. Okay, so because I thought for some weird ass reason, or I don't even know, plot twist, is that the demon lord somehow got a hold of your mangled corpse and then just decided to perform necromancy on you shit, and then just like, you know, bring you back and be like, hey, now you serve me because I revived you. But nah, apparently the devil wants in on this and be like, yo, Yo, I got, this is a perfect opportunity to just expand my property, and you know what? We're gonna make this, another part of hell. Why? Oh my god.
You're funny for a dead man.
Am I? You tried to kill me once before, dipshit. And look where that got you. Didn't work out so well, did it?
Malik stretched his neck to the side, making a loud, echoey crack sound reverberated through the air. I winced at the sound. That's gross.
What makes this so funny is that it won't matter who wins this war in the end. Once it's over, I'll send for my boys and we'll fuck everyone up while they're celebrating. Ha! It'll be the bloodiest celebration this plane has ever seen!
Wow, so basically, the devil here is just like, he's trying to backdoor all this. I see how it is. He's trying to take advantage of the situation, just try to backdoor everybody. Wow, okay.
Then we'll seal this world and fuse it with hell, giving Satan a whole world full of demon soldiers and slaves at his disposal. The chaos of this world practically begged for a war to tear it apart. Now the abyssal planes will truly be a part of hell, like the fuck faces of heaven intended.
Okay, whatever. Are we just gonna stand here all day and just talk about your evil, diabolical plans? Or are we just gonna actually, get to fighting, okay? I'm getting bored. I'm falling asleep right now.
Not if I make sure you don't get the chance, fucker.
I'm honestly falling asleep right now of all this whole, oh, this is my evil plan, and, before I kill you, this is what I'm going to do, Mr. Bond. I don't really give a shit, okay? I'm just here to beat people. I'm just here to kill bitches and don't take names, okay? Max cackled wildly, staring at Sam with a maddened expression. His eyes burned with an insane bloodlust as he smirked and licked his teeth.
It's this world's destiny, shithead! Even humans know that demons belong in hell.
Okay, I don't like this verbal battle that's going on right now. I just want to get to beating the shit out of you and just get on with my life. No, they don't. I felt myself become angrier at Malik's. Demons and devils were completely different, and demons, except for the Demon Lord, did not belong. Wait, the hell? Demons and devils were completely different, and what? No, that shouldn't be there. I'm getting confused. Demons and devils were completely different, except for the Demon Lord, and demons did not belong anywhere near hell. Okay, whatever. That sentence got me confused, but whatever.
Think about it, will ya? How many brainless humans think that demons come from hell? They put demons and devils together like they're no different from each other.
Well, it's because they're goddamn ignorant, okay? But I've been enlightened, so you shut the fuck up.
It's inevitable. Every shit stain on this world is gonna bow down to the Lord of Hell, and we'll rip apart the gates of heaven together.
Oh my god, I'm falling asleep right now. Sam stepped forward once more, cracking his knuckles at his sides.
I am so sick of hearing your voice, Malix. Let's just end this.
Thank you, Sam. That took you long enough. God.
Oh, I almost forgot the best part.
Can we just get on with this already? I don't even give a shit, okay? I'm just gonna beat the hell out of you, send you back, and then I get on my way. God. Malix locked eyes with me, suddenly making a violent tremor run down my spine. His gaze spoke nothing but sadistic intent, and his words made his stare much more terrifying. What?
Just because I can, after we're done taking over this world, I'm gonna take that human bitch and make her the fuck toy of Satan's army.
You wish. I just want to... Can we just beat him up already, Sam? Sam, come on. You should be triggered by now. You should just rush his ass and then just slam his face into the fucking wall. Thank you. Finally. Instantly, Sam vanished and reappeared in front of Malix, swinging a punch at him. However, he only made contact with the vanishing afterimage. Before I could blink, Malix had disappeared and reappeared behind Sam, punching Sam's head and sending him flying toward the castle wall. Oh god. Sam!
Payback time, fuckface!
Can I join in on this battle? I want to. Malix flew at Sam's body like a bullet and began to slam his fist into him, the wall cracking and caving in around Sam's body. Oh god. Help him stay back. Help him! I still got some fight in me. I ain't about to be a little bitch, especially when he'd be shit-talking me and Bae. I wasn't going to be helpless this time. Besides, I was confident that I was still protected by my grandfather's protection spell against hellborn magic. I quickly rushed forward and prepared to an attack, but Malix quickly turned his eyes to me with a large smirk and swung his arm toward me, revealing a sharp red blade. Hey now, I thought this was gonna be a fist fight. You can't just bring a knife to a fist fight.
Die!
Oh, fuck. I didn't get a chance to blink before suddenly being ripped from life. Darkness welcomed me as the ruthless swing cut through my neck and ended me. How could this be? What? What? No! The last thing I heard was Sam screaming my name. Motherfuck. Hand of the devil. Are you kidding? Are you? I'm so mad. I am so fucking mad. I am so mad. Why is that? No. I fucking hate. Fine, we'll stay back. God. A part of me knew better than to try. Malix probably had a weapon, and if I knew anything about Malix, he would use that against me without hesitation. I was out of energy to even defend myself from him, and I was sure that's what my grandfather's protection spell ran on. I wanted to beat Sam before trying to kill him. His pride was one downfall of his that I remembered very clearly. Malix continued to pound punch upon punch onto Sam's body, making the body-shaped indentation in the castle wall that much deeper. However, with a small flash of red light, he suddenly began to erupt from the center.
Get off!
Oh yeah, he's the Lord of the Dragons now, but like, I want in on this fight too! I want to beat the shit out of him! Malix suddenly forced back from a bright energy pulse as Sam pushed himself out of the hole he was trapped in. Around his body were green flickering waves of energy pulsating in time with Sam's breath. I stared in shock, watching smoke rise from the creases of Sam's mouth and his nostrils as he formed a large sword in his hands. Something in his eyes was burning and he filled it with rage.
Woo! Got some fire this time, huh?
Malix raised his arm to his side, forming a large sword with a red blade and a chain connecting from the hilt to his belt. Alright.
Well, so do I.
Oh god. Malix and Sam rushed at each other, slamming their swords into each other with reckless speed. I couldn't understand how Malix gained the ability to be as fast as Sam, but something about the devil was very different from the first and last time I had seen him. He was much more cocky, and there was some sort of strength within him that frightened me more than before. However, I felt that Sam still had the upper hand. There was no way he would let Malix win. I thought this was, like, counterproductive into what the plan was supposed to be, whereas, like, Sam wasn't supposed to fight, and he's supposed to save his energy and, finish the Demon Lord, but then this fuckface shows up, and, like, now what am I supposed to do? Am I just standing here and just commentating on this? Sam flipped over Malix and slashed his back, opening the fabric of his vest, but not deep enough to make contact with skin. Malix snarled and spun around, reinitiating their clash of swords.
What's wrong, pretty boy? You seem to be holding back!
Because he can't waste energy on someone as pathetic as you.
I don't need to waste energy killing you!
Exactly. At last, their swords slammed against one another, a screech echoing through the air. Both pushed against one another, snarling at into each other's faces.
It's pointless, Incubus! This world is fucked!
Tell that to Satan when you die!
Sam suddenly lifted his foot up and jammed it into Malix's chest, kicking him back towards the castle wall. With a grunt and the crack of broken ribs reverberating through the air, Malix slid back and glared at Sam. However, the glare quickly died into a look of sadistic amusement as Malix rolled his shoulders and stood back up, as if he could just shrug off the injury. Around his body grew a bright orange and red flame, causing waves of heat to pulse throughout the air around us.
You want a final showdown? You got it!
Sam, with a smirk of his own, stood tall with a fast-growing green and red aura surrounding his form. The faint outline of dragons danced within the tongues of the flames as Sam seemed to charge a powerful attack.
It's over, Malix.
Okay, let him have it. Kamehameha, go do it. I watched as they both charged up their final attacks and forced their palms out towards each other. Green and red orbs of light shot out from each of their hands and collided, followed by brilliant rays that pushed them forward and into each other. Oh, I had to shut my eyes, blocking the flash of light from blinding my vision before looking back up and seeing the bout with a gasp. The air around the orbs pulsed heavily, whipping in all directions and fueled by both the demon and the devil. The orbs ground into one another, lightning and fire bursting from the minuscule space between them. Both opponents had their eyes locked on each other as the earth around them bent and bowed away from the collision of their power. The green orb seemed to quake with the shadows of 8 dragons in its center, pressing against the wall of the orb and forcing it forward against its obstacle. Still, they were somehow equally matched. How could this be?
Give him your remaining energy, child. It is the only way to end this.
Hey, I was gonna do it anyways, but alright. Thanks for reminding me. The voice of the dragon rang in my head as I stared at Sam. His face was tightened in pure anger and determination. He was giving as much as he could, but I knew he was holding back to save energy for his father. I took a breath and quickly rushed over to Sam, who grabbing hold of his arm and feeling his body naturally pull energy from me. Gah! Wow. Oh god.
What are you doing?
I'm giving you my remaining energy, so I'm putting my faith in you that you can do this. Ending this together. Yes. Sam stared at me, causing his orb to falter, but as I passed my energy onto him, Sam nodded and focused back on Malix, concentrating his orb forward with both his energy and mine. Malix would not win. I wouldn't let him, right? God damn it. That was the first time was by default. That was a fucking cheap ass shot. At last, the deadlock became pressed as Sam's oars pushed Malix's back, inch by inch, with each push getting stronger and faster. I could feel myself grow dizzy, but I didn't care. This was Malix's last stand.
What?
Bye.
No!
Bye, bitch. Bye. Later, Felicia. I glared hard at Malix as the clash between them became full of green energy, cutting through the devil's attack with ease. At last, the dragons reached their prey as the orb finally clashed into Malix's body, enveloping him in light.
No!
Later. Bye. God. Sam and I held on to each other, letting go of the energy ray, and covered our eyes, with Sam covering me with his arms. We dug our heels into the earth, struggling to stay in place as energy pushed us away from Malix. The gust pressed and rushed against our bodies until at last the wind stopped. Sam and I slowly fixed our heads and looked over, wanting to see what had become of Malix. Alright, he better be looking like a ditto. There was no trace of him. The spot where he stood was charred, and the smoke that rose from the ashes of the area danced in the air like rising dragons. Alright, he just looks like a fucking, burnt mark. That's great. That's great. We did it. We killed him at last. Hopefully. I crumpled to my knees, slamming my hands to the ground to keep myself upright as I panted. I was worn out. If I hadn't been out of energy before, I definitely was now. Yes. Sam quickly dropped down beside me, wrapping an arm around my shoulders and laying a careful hand on my arm.
Whoa! Are you okay?
This is like deja vu all over again. Yeah, I'm great. I nodded, obviously lying, but I knew that we had more important things to worry about. Malix was gone, hopefully dead for real, and we were at the castle gates, ready to charge in and fight the Demon Lord. As Sam and I looked up, we both locked our sights on a window exploding outward with a figure flying out of it. As the figure flapped their wings and steadied themselves, they swooped back inside. Is that you, Diana? Diana! I gripped Sam's arm and lifted myself up, knowing that we had to get inside.
You good?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, we Gucci. Yeah, let's go. Let's just go, yeah. God, we wasted enough time. Sam nodded before taking my hand and rushing forward, speeding through the twists and turns of the castle towards a large archway leading up to the tower, where we could hear Diana and the Demon Lord fighting above. Sam and I raced up the stairs of the tower, hearing the echoed cries and clashes of steel bouncing off the stone walls. My heart began to race as the sound of weapons meeting stopped with Diana screaming, "Uh-oh! Homegirl! Oh god! Homegirl, we coming!"
Enough!
Oh shit. Oh my. New battle arena. Shit. Sam and I finally reached the top, staring wide-eyed at the sight of the Demon Lord and Diana. The Demon Lord had Diana's throat in a hard grip as his other hand gripped onto her wings, his fingers digging them into them roughly. We could barely react as the Demon Lord ripped them off of Diana's back by pulling Diana's body in the opposite direction. Oh god, that's painful. Oh god, oh my god, I am so sorry. Oh, the Demon Lord, basking in his success, lifted the torn wings to his mouth and let the blood dribble from the open wounds onto his tongue. I fought to not gag at the sight. Ugh, this is so graphic. Jesus Christ. Alright, you guys, I think I'm gonna leave it here and save the final battle for the next episode. Ooh, cliffhanger, goddamn. I know you're gonna hate me for this, but anyways, whatever. We basically fought, had a little mini, battle, pre-battle before, actually coming to fight the Demon Lord. So I feel that this is going to be, you know, one epic fight. So I'm going to leave it for the next episode, and then we'll hopefully finish it off in the next episode, which means including the second ending that I will get with Sam. God damn, that was a bullshit ending I got. Fucking Christ. Okay, so yeah, we'll get our final good ending, hopefully good ending with Sam, and then afterwards go back to get the other remaining endings that we can get with him, as well as also seeing what would happen if Sergeant had taken over the throne and when we had killed Diana. Okay, so yeah. So tune in next time, you guys, for this final round. And yeah, we'll find out what will happen in the next episode. Okay, bye!